Good. I think I kicked you guys off, Tina and Barb. I'm sorry for that.
Hey, we're here.
Okay.
Thus far.
All right. Awesome. Let's do this. I guess it's my choice today, I see. So that's cool. I was thinking like soft float. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Some nice stretches, nice flows, and we'll just feel real nice at the end of this, hopefully. I even have a surprise for you. I'm going to try to do my bowls at the end. So it'll be a test if it sounds good or not on Zoom. All right, friends. So go ahead and let's just start on our backs today. So lie down on your mat. And as you lie down, anything that feels good. Maybe you've already been stretching while you've been waiting for me, maybe not. But when you lie down, just anything that would feel good in your body. So maybe a full body stretch, maybe hug your knees in, maybe give yourself a little forehead massage. And then eventually just come into constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with your knees bent. Bring your feet out a little bit wider than your hips. And you can, if it feels good, you can kind of let your knees fall in towards each other a little bit. Bring one hand to your heart space and one hand to your low belly. Close your eyes if you haven't already. And let's just start with a 3-part inhale and then a 10-second exhale. So I'll cue you through. Go ahead and wherever you're at, just let go of your breath. Empty out. Inhale first, just into low belly, and feel your belly expand up into your hand. Take that same breath up into mid-ribs, mid-abdomen. And then all the way up into your chest, shoulders, upper back. Hold in fullness. Slow release for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty, and then begin again, low belly, low back. Move it up, mid-rib, side bodies, mid-back. All the way up, chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of your head. Hold. Slow release 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty all the way out one last time, like that. Low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. And then take that breath all the way up, fill up as big as you can, and hold in fullness for just a moment. See if you can keep holding, but relax and soften around your held breath. Slowly let it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty, and then huge inhale. Extra sip at the top. And side out your mouth. Now start to drop into your ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And start to create that little whisper noise as you breathe in and out. Keep your ujjayi breath flowing. And lift your knees in towards your belly. Lift your feet off the ground, knees towards your belly. Just take a little rock for a moment, side to side. Keep your right knee hugging in towards your belly and extend your left leg forward, set it on the ground. Extend your right leg towards the sky, hands behind your right thigh. So for a moment, just roll out your ankle or point and flex your right foot. Try to keep a neutral spine here and imagine there's a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh, the one that's out in front of you. Eventually, just flex your toes back. See if you can even get your little baby pinky toe to flex back. And if you've got a bend in your knee, that's totally fine. I have a little bend in my knee, you can see. Press up through your heel, take 2 more rounds of breath. Visualize your breath moving up the length of your right leg. And then from here, we're gonna move into a twist. You can keep your right leg extended if you want to. If you've got a strap at home and you want to use it around your right foot, feel free. Right arm out to the right, scoot your hips over to the right a little bit, and then roll over onto your left side. Gaze up or over your right shoulder. And as best you can, work the back of your right shoulder down towards the ground and keep your shoulders nice and broad. Collarbones nice and broad. Breathe all the way down into your belly, Ujjayi breath. Good. End of your next exhalation. Unwind. Keep your left leg extended for a moment. So left leg still is extended out in front of you. Hug your right knee all the way up towards your right armpit. Hands around the front of your shin. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a big, huge Buddha belly breath. Half happy baby with your right leg. So sole of your right foot faces the sky. This time deep bend in your right knee. Imagine you're pulling down with your right arm and trying to get your right knee to touch the ground outside of your right ribs. Press up through your right heel, flex your toes. Imagine still that heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. Take one more big deep breath here. And then release your right leg, full body stretch, arms long, legs long. And if you're like me, and when you reach long, your front ribs lift a lot, see if you can press down through your back ribs, even just a little bit. Take one more inhale. Exhale, draw your left knee up towards your belly, hands behind your left thigh, and extend your left leg up towards the sky. Roll out your ankle, point and flex your foot, your toes. Imagine now that heavy sandbag is on top of your right thigh. Eventually, flex your left toes back, press up through your left heel, and just hold here. Breathe out the length of your left leg. Pull your left hip down to the back of your left hip. You really want it to stay rooted. Imagine you're trying to draw your left femur bone down into the hip socket. See if you can even get your little baby pinky toe to flex back. Take about 2 more deep breaths. All right, and then moving into our twist, you can keep your left leg long if you want. You can use a strap if you want. Left arm out to the left, scoot your hips to the left, roll over onto your right side. Gaze up or over left shoulder. Try to broaden through the front of your collarbones, back of your left shoulder, roots down, or at least have that intention. Take about 5 breaths here. So you can feel your breath move down into your belly every time. And end of your next exhale. Let's come back to center. Keep your right leg extended, but kind of adjust your hips so you're back in alignment. Right leg stays extended. Hug your left knee up towards your armpit. Hands around the front of your shins. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Big Buddha belly breath. And then half happy baby with your left leg. Sole of your left foot faces the sky. Pull down with your left arm. Press up through your left heel. Flex your toes. Imagine a heavy sandbag on top of your right thigh. And this time, after a few breaths in half happy baby, option to turn it into a full happy baby. So bring your right leg up, grab hold, take a moment just to play, rock a little bit, extend one leg and the other leg, whatever you want. Eventually from happy baby, We're gonna rock up to a seated position. So you can just help yourself up with your hands, or you can rock and roll a couple times, come up to a seat. Okay, find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. So feel free to sit up on top of a prop if you've got one at home. Arms down by your sides. Or actually, let's bring our hands to just rest on our knees or our thighs. Close your eyes, sit up really tall. And just imagine for a moment, visualize your spine. Visualize a long line of energy going down through your middle. And just start to take little tiny baby circles around that line. So with your torso, just start to circle little tiny baby circles around that line of energy. If somebody were looking at you, they'd be able to tell you're moving a little bit, but just a little tiny bit, not a lot. So we're creating some body awareness. We're creating some somatic awareness. Reverse your circles. Opposite direction. Little tiny circles around your middle. And then let's reverse our circles, but this time we're going to make them great big. If you're familiar with Sufi grinds in Kundalini yoga, that's what we're doing. So inhale, come forward. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. You can go slow. Or if you've done these in Kundalini, they get going pretty fast. And you can make your breath a little bit different than Ujjayi. In and out through your nose, a forceful nostril breath. Go slow if you want to, absolutely fine. Reverse your circles, Sufi grinds the other way. Really working the flexibility of your spine, really feeling into the mobility there. Big, expansive inhales, slightly forceful exhales. So there's some effort behind the breath for sure. Keep grinding around for 3, 2, 1. Find stillness, sit up tall, and just feel. Soak in the residue. Slow, deep breaths. Come back to Ujjayi. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to your right. So you can take whatever variation you want. Maybe you bring your hand to the ground or a block behind you. And just take about 3 deep breaths all the way down into your belly. Exhale, see if you can twist just a little further. Back to center next time you breathe in, arms to the sky. And exhale, other side, twist to your left, same thing. Any variation you choose, just working the twist from your middle, right underneath your rib cage, broaden through your shoulders and collarbones. Maybe you gaze back over your left shoulder. Sit up super tall. Slow, spacious breaths. One more round. Come back to center, both arms up. Inhale, and then exhale, come forward to hands and knees, tabletop. So from tabletop, anything goes, intuitive movement, big circles with your hips, cat-cows, child's pose. Anything that would feel good or feel interesting or curious in your body. Good job, friends. And then downward facing dog in your next couple breaths or so. And once you're in down dog, similarly, just feel around, move around. Notice whatever there is to notice. If it feels good to bend your knees a lot, bend your knees a lot. If it feels good to pedal out your heels, pedal out your heels. Maybe you want to give your head a nice little shake, yes or no. Let's take one more big inhale into our down dog. And then exhale, look forward and get your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat, forward fold. Let's come right into our halfway lift, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Halfway lift, one more time, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet, let's take it all the way up, arms reach up, big stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. Flow with breath for a moment. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, slow dive. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward all the way down and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Press into your feet, rise, back up, arms reach up, full body stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Let's add a little baby back bend. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. Hug in with your inner thighs. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Exhale, dive all the way down and fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank or modified plank. Spread your fingers, inhale at the top and push the ground away. Exhale, lower slowly, strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, lift into any back bend you want, any heart opener you would like. Take a couple of breaths. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot through low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, left leg lifts. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet all the way up, rise, reach, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, high mountain. Baby back bend as you exhale, navel to spine, protects your low back. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Slow dive all the way down, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands, step back this time, see if you can keep that exhale going as you lower, chaturanga. Lift your heart, peel it open, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Left leg to the sky as you inhale. Use your strong core, step your left foot through, exhale. Standing splits, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, forward fold, top of your space. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold, pause, heel toe your feet out wide. Bring your toes off your mat, toes wider than heels, come down into a low yogi squat. Elbows to the insides of your knees or thighs. And then with your hands either in prayer position at your heart or fists pressing into one another, we're gonna take some cat-cows in this position. So inhale, lift your heart, broaden through your shoulders, press your knees open. Exhale, round and curl in, kind of tucking through your tailbone. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, curl in and round. Inhale, lift and open. Try to keep your heels down if at all possible. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, fingertips down, lift your hips back up. Heel toe your feet in however you like them. Hips with distance apart or big toes touch. Inhale to a halfway lift position. Realign. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat. Pause in your plank, side plank or modified side plank. It's up to you. Right side is your base. Right hand, right foot, or right knee. Lift your hips. Maybe left arm reaches forward. Maybe left leg floats up. So make it your own, your variation. Make sure you're still breathing. Big deep breaths. One more round. Plank or modified. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Slowly take it all the way down to your belly. We're gonna pause here, shoulder pigeon on our right side. So turn your head to the left, right arm out to the right, palm faces down. Roll up onto your right side. If there's any way you want to explore, please feel free. Got about 5 to 7 breaths. Make sure you can relax your head down either on the ground or a block or a pillow. Soft through your face, through your jaw. Take a couple more. Good job, you guys. And then end of your next exhale, ease your way back onto your belly. And we'll press up just to hands and knees, tabletop position. We're gonna do the opposite now. So we'll thread the needle with our right arm. So make sure your knees are at least hip-width distance apart. And if you want to, you can extend your left leg out to the left, just an option. I'm not going to today. Right arm out to the right, all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale to thread it through. So reach, reach, reach. Come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head, nice and easy. We'll be here for about 5 to 7 breaths. Breathe into your back body. Work it however you want to. Good job, you guys. Slow, spacious inhales and long, strong exhales all the way to emptiness. Last couple of rounds here. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, start to return it back to the ground. On an inhale, unthread your right arm. Reach it out and all the way up. You might even take an extra breath here. It might feel good. Eventually, everybody just back to hands and knees, however you want to get there. So if your left leg's extended, you can take a stretch first if you want. But eventually, downward facing dog is where we're headed. Once you're back in your down dog, big deep breaths, ujjayi, walk it out. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Open up your hip. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. Press down through both hands and keep hugging in with your left inner thigh. Stay connected to your center, stay connected to your breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly and step through as soft as you can. Rise up to your crescent lunge. No hurry. Take your time. So strong and stable through your legs. Connected to center, navel to spine. Support your low back. Lift your heart. You can absolutely stay right here. This is your pose. Otherwise, here's your next step. Right forearm across low back. So bring your right forearm behind you across your low back. Use it as a little bit of support. Bend your back knee to a hover. Start to create a back bend. Puff up your chest. Lift your heart. Curl open. Legs stay strong. Breath stays big. Take one more round. Back to regular crescent. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Walk your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten your legs. You can work your wide-legged straddle, or I'm moving towards Skandasana. So I'm going to keep walking my hands back, pivot my left toes towards the back edge of my mat as I bend my left knee, and pivot my right toes up towards the sky. So we want to keep our left heel down if at all possible. If you lift your left heel, it's not wrong. It's just a completely different way of working the pose. So no big deal if you want to lift your heel if that works better for you. You can keep your hands down for support, or if you can find the strength in your legs, the muscle energy in your legs, you can lift your arms. Wherever you're at, about 2 or 3 more breaths. Good job, friends. And then let's all meet in a wide-legged straddle position. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. So both legs straight, all 10 toes face forward, fingertips down, bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale here. Exhale, crawl your hands to the top of your mat, rotate your toes to face forward. So you're back in low lunge. From low lunge, 3-legged down dog, take your right leg to the sky and open up your hip again. Stay here or flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you. Right arm forward, heart forward. Strong through your back body. Big spacious breaths. One more round. Regular down dog, walk it out. And then after a couple big deep breaths in down dog, you can either vinyasa your way into a child's pose, or you can just set your knees down and sit back into a child's pose. Once you're in child's pose, breathe into your low back, big deep breaths. Find a sense of grounding. One more round if you want, side out your mouth. Downward facing dog. Inhale into down dog, push the ground away, lift your hips so high. Exhale, look forward, step or hop, top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, walk your feet out to the width of your mat, toes come out wider than heels, low yogi squat again. So just like in Skandasana, we want our heels on the ground if at all possible. If you can't keep your heels on the ground, that's okay. Sometimes I like to roll up my mat in the front and I put my heels on the rolled part. That helps a little bit. Elbows to inner knees or inner thighs. We're going to do the same thing we did before, but we're going to incorporate our arms this time. So as we inhale, we're going to open our arms out and press our hearts forward as much as we possibly can. And then exhale, we're going to round, bring the backs of our hands together. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. If you want, you can just bring your hands together, kind of like curling into a little ball. But just make sure you're feeling that expansion as you inhale, that opening, and then that contraction as you exhale, that closing and curling in. If you want to keep your hands just at your heart like we did before, that's fine. Take about 2 or 3 more rounds like this, feeling into your hips, your pelvis, your groin. Try to keep your heels down. Try not to roll too much into your inner feet, the inner edges of your feet. All right. One more round and then just come back to neutral. Fingertips down, hips to the sky. Ooh. Heel toe your feet in however you like them, all 10 toes face forward now. Halfway lift, inhale, realign. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank, pause in your plank, and we're opening it up into a side plank. Left hand is your base. Feel free to bring left knee down. Feel free to bring left forearm down. Take it and make it your own on this side. Big, spacious breaths. 2 more, fullest expression, whatever that looks like, or rather feels like for you today. And then back to plank. Inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. We've got shoulder pigeon on our left side. So extend left arm out to the left, palm faces the ground, and roll up onto your left side body. And this side may or may not feel totally different, so just be open to that. See if you can stay for about 5 more rounds. Maybe you take a great big open mouth sigh. Let's ease our way back to center, back to neutral. Press up to hands and knees, tabletop. And we've got thread the needle now. So if you want to, option to extend right leg out to the right. I'm not going to today. Left arm out to the left, all the way up. Inhale here. And then thread it through as you exhale. Anywhere you'd like to take it on this side, big deep breaths. Breathe a lot into your back body, last couple of rounds or so. If you happen to have your right hand lifted, set your right hand back down. And then on an inhalation, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up. Maybe you want to take an extra breath here, up to you. Eventually left hand down, however you want to get back, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath, walk it out. Inhale, left leg high. Peel your left hip open, bend your knee and stack left hip on top of right. Try not to sink into your right hand or right shoulder. One more inhale here. Exhale, left knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, push the ground away, step forward softly. Crescent lunge, rise up and settle in. So take a moment. Stability through your legs. Heart is lifted, low back is supported by that navel to spine connection. You can absolutely stay right here. Otherwise, option to bring your left forearm across your low back, bend your back knee to a hover, and then from your mid to upper spine, see if you can start to curl open. Use your forearm behind you as a little support for your low back. Lift your heart, puff up your chest. Imagine you're trying to draw your back thigh forward. Take one more full round. Crescent lunge, inhale, reach up everyone. Hands come down as you exhale. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your mat. You can stay in a wide-legged straddle position and explore there, or you can move into Skandasana with your right knee bent this time. Left toes face the sky. Any variation, any way you want to work it here for a few rounds. Stay connected to your breath. Whatever there is to feel, notice, breathe into it, soften around it. Last couple of rounds. We're going to meet back in a wide-legged straddle with a halfway lift. Fingertips down. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. All right, from here, going back to three-legged down dog, take your left leg back and up. Open your hip, bend your left knee, stay here, or option to flip. Left foot comes down behind, heart opens. Breathe into your front body. One more round. Come back to down dog. Everyone, walk it out in your down dog. Option to go straight to child's pose or inhale, rock forward with me, high plank. Exhale, lower slowly. Curl open, lift your heart, inhale, take your time here if you want. Eventually, child's pose, sit back and rest. Slow, steady breaths. Find a sense of grounding. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Gently set your body down. If you'd rather take this on your back or in a seat, of course you're welcome to. Otherwise, take your time to set yourself up. Pull your right hip back. Imagine there's a rope attached to your right butt cheek. It's pulling back and up. So you want to keep that as you take your heart forward and down. And then if you want at any point to go deeper, just kind of scoot your back knee back a little bit further. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. So we'll be here for a little while. Soften with your exhales. And anytime you want, big sigh out your mouth. Think about 3 or 4 more. And then let's slowly start to find our way up. We're just gonna come into a seat. So nice and easy, you can just sit over onto your right butt cheek, swing your legs around. We'll just face you. Give your legs a little shake out. Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Feet together, knees apart. If you want to sit up on top of a blanket or anything, please feel free. Bring your heels in as close as you can without feeling like your tailbone tucks under. So you want to feel like your butt, your tailbone is sticking out behind you. You're hinging, reaching your heart forward to fold. So not rounding to fold, all right? So grab hold of front of your ankles or front of your shins. Pull your shoulders back and your heart forward. Stick your butt out. Maybe this is as far as you go, so to settle in, you just kind of relax into it, or maybe walk your hands forward. Otherwise, if you can go further, keep leading with your heart, keep folding, lengthening, eventually just wherever you land, soften there and breathe. Breathe down into both hips, into both sides of your pelvis and your groin. Keep pressing your heels together. Soften through your face. Take about 3 to 5 more breaths. Very end of your next exhale, roll up really, really slow. Just roll it up. Head is the very last thing to lift. Once your head lifts, we're just gonna play for a moment. Grab the outer edges of your feet and play with a balancing happy baby, balancing on your sit bones. So you can keep your knees bent, but see if you can bring your, like you're in a happy baby, pull it. Just playing, embodying a happy baby. I know it's hard. However you want to get back to down dog, find your way back so you can do it however you want. You can move through vinyasa, you can skip a vinyasa. It doesn't have to be fancy. See you back in down dog and just walk it out there. Okay, inhale, left leg high. Pigeon pose, left shin to the top of your space and come down gently. Take as much time as you need, as much care as you need, so you're supported, you're in alignment. Then use your breath to just settle about 10 rounds. If you want to go deeper at any time, scoot your back knee back just a little bit further. It doesn't take much. About halfway there. If you want, open your mouth and sigh it out. Last few breaths. All right, my friends. I'll leave it up to you. So if you want to stay a little longer, that's fine. But we're slowly going to come into a seat again. So however you want to make that transition, coming into a seat once again with your legs out in front of you. And you can just give them a nice little shake out there. And this time we're going to take a wide-legged straddle, forward fold, seated wide-legged forward fold. So you can face the side of your mat if you want, doesn't matter. I'm just going to face you guys. Take your legs out as wide as you can. So we don't want our toes to fall back and we don't want to be rolling backwards. If anything, we want to be forward on the front edge of our sit bones, toes facing straight up, not forward either. Flex your toes back. Try to press down through the backs of your heels and you'll feel a little bend in your knees. Keep that. Arms reach up, inhale. Hinge at your hips, swan dive down. Once you've got as far as you can go, hands relax down. You might even walk your hands forward. Reach your butt back. Flex your toes, press down through the backs of your heels, and now see if you can also try to press down through the backs of your thighs more. So imagine somebody stepping on the tops of your thighs. Flex your toes, press down through your heels, press down through the backs of your thighs, reach your butt back, heart forward, take about 3 to 5 more breaths. At the very, very end of your next exhale, slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Head is the very last thing to lift. And then, just like before, you can play with that balancing happy baby, or this time you can play with a balancing wide-legged straddle. See if you can extend your legs out, press through your heels, balance on your sit bones, use your core. It's so hard for me. Ooh. Just play, fall out, fall in, fall out. When you're ready, when you're done, when the love is lost, take it all the way down onto your back. And happy baby on your back. From happy baby, eventually just come to rest. Either a constructive rest pose, that pose we took at the very beginning of our practice, feet wide, knees towards one another. Or if you'd rather, feet together, knees apart, whatever feels better for you. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. Feel yourself as an energetic being, all that energy inside of you. Visualize it. Just like we did at the beginning of our practice, the Loma breath, 3-part inhale, slow, 10-second exhale, 3 rounds, all the way to empty wherever you're at. Inhale into low belly, low back, pause. Mid ribs, mid back, pause. Chest, shoulders, upper back, as full as you can get, hold. Slow release, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty. Begin again. Inhale, low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies, abdominals. All the way up, chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of your head. Hold. Feel all this prana inside, swirling around, circulating around, slow release, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. Chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of head. Let it go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty, and then just a great big inhale. Whenever you are ready, just big sigh. Ha. Any finishing poses you want to take, any last movements or stretches you want to take to complete your practice, now is your time. If you feel complete and ready for your Shavasana, make any adjustments you would like to be really comfy for Shavasana. And it will be an experiment, sound experiment. So I'm gonna see how my crystal bowls sound over Zoom. If it's horrible, just tune it out. Hopefully it will be better than horrible. But yeah, I'll bring you out of your Shavasana in just a few minutes. So you can let your breath become effortless. And whenever you're ready, just let go and drop in. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Start to wiggle through fingers and toes. As you're ready, no rush, find your way over onto either side. Just take a moment, resting in this nurturing fetal position. And as you rest there, I'll just share this little reading with you. So this is just by just a thought by, oh, I can't remember her name, but she calls herself the holistic psychologist. And she just says, give people around you the gift of emotional acceptance rather than emotional monitoring, where you try to change and control how somebody feels. This is the foundation of healthy relationships. Just a reminder, as we want to be able to have our own emotional experience, so do others, and it's not our job to make others' experience more comfortable. So see if you can let go of needing to fix or change or control anything for anybody else. Let go of needing to control how things turn out in your life. And just trust, tune into trust that everything will always work out. You just let it. Using the strength of your arms, guide yourself up into seated meditation. And we'll just close our practice together here. So with your hands at your heart, just bow your head to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for showing up on Zoom, taking time to slow down and tune in. Be more present, be more in tune. Thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste. Yay! How did it sound, guys?
It sounded really good.
It was okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was surprised.
it didn't ruin it? It didn't ruin Shavasana for you?
Oh.
Okay, I put on like, there's like musician sound and I can turn it on and off. So I think if I turn musician sound on, it helps it sound better. But I'm just kind of like experimenting to see.
Okay.
So keep me.
I like being your guinea pig.
Yeah, let me know your feedback if there's anything useful. Thank you so much, you guys. Good to be home.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Katie. Welcome back.
Thank you. Bye, guys.